I'm Dr. Kanwal Khalid. On my YouTube channel, much of the research that I've been sharing with my audience is done by me, and this is literally the result of more than 30 years work that I have been doing about the different topics that are associated to South Asia and the world history of art. And today I see there are many students and scholars who have been getting ideas and concepts from these talks and these lectures that I have been giving all around the world. That's a great honor for me. But there is one humble request that I want to make to all the scholars that whenever you use some scholar's research or his findings or her contribution, it it's a must that you give a reference to it, because this is the best you can do to acknowledge the work that has been done by the by your seniors. This is what we have been doing, and this is what I expect to be done by the people who have been listening to me. Unfortunately, in many cases, people very conveniently forget to mention from where did they get the idea and the concept, because that is also very important, that from where did you find this particular monument or this particular painting that you want to write about. But acknowledging the person who has all identified a particular subject for you is very important. On the other hand, if you give a reference to your research, that adds authenticity to your own research. Always remember, this is my advice to my young scholars, that never be ashamed or never feel shy of sharing the references that you have used in your research, because that is going to be a plus point for you in your academic career. Today, I am going to share a research which is purely based on my personal analytical point of view. And this is the research about some dimensions of art history which are very close to my heart. First, it is about the city of Lahore, and the second is Lahore Fort. Yes, both these dimensions have given me so much in my career. And when it comes to the Lahore Fort, I have been visiting that monument for the past more than 30 years, and I cannot remember even a single visit that I went there and I did not find something new, both from historical perspective and from artistic perspective. Within Lahore Fort, there is a particular monument which had always been very close to my heart. And in my student years, that is, I'm talking about in 1990s, when I used to visit Lahore Fort, and that is the place whenever I looked at it, I always desired that someday I'll write about it. And that is the picture wall of Lahore Fort. Yes, this is the picture wall that has been there for the past 400 years. And that really intrigued me. And that was the desire of my heart that I will do my research on that wall. A few years back, was lucky enough to get the opportunity. And when I was asked by Walled City Lahore Authority and Kamran Lashari Saab, that he asked me to write a monograph about the picture wall of Lahore Fort. And it was just like a dream coming true. And I started doing my research on it. There were other media partners who work with me that I'll be mentioning in my other programs also, but particularly Aga Khan were very instrumental. And at the end of my research, I was able to get a publication that was published with the support of the World Bank and Punjab Tourism Department. And all put together, I was able to achieve a huge landmark in my life. That is the book titled The Picture Wall of Lahore Fort. Now, the journey of the writing of this book has been extremely interesting. And in my programs, I will be sharing a journey along with my findings about this picture wall. This wall is on the western and northern side of the fort, and these were the locations which were meant only for the family of the royalty of the Mughals, because As we all know, that Akbar was the one who gave this fort the current look that we visit today. And during his time, these western and northern parts were mostly associated with with the family, the royal family who used to reside in these quarters. And if you look at this wall, in unfortunately, in the book, in most of the books, we do not find much of a mention about this wall. But wherever we find little bit of some few lines about this particular wall, it was written that this wall is associated with Jahangir and Shah Jahan. Now, one of my first findings, and that is my analysis, that tells me that the wall was designed and its surface was properly structured, and the surface design was decided during Akbar's period because he was the one who had this wall constructed, because otherwise it is not possible to get the such an accuracy and such dimensions of this of the wall panels that we see today. So my finding and my research is that this wall, the even the design element of this wall was initiated during Akbar's period, and later on Jahangir and Shah Jahan had their own contribution. On the other hand, I think this is the one of the thickest and the most embellished defense wall in the world. Because if you look at the thickness of the wall, it goes somewhere between 8 to 12 feet. Oh, that's quite thick wall that we have here. And the reason for this kind of thickness was that this was meant to protect the royal family that was living inside, immediately inside this wall, because the other side, on the other side of the wall, there was this river Ravi, which was flowing almost touching this wall. Then comes the question of the design element on this wall. This wall has hundreds of panels. Now, the mammoth job that I was faced during my research was how to tackle so many design and how to treat them and how to analyze them. And let me tell you something, it took me months to devise a methodology to treat with this wall. So, what I did was that I divided this wall into sections, and according to the design that were being depicted on the wall, and that's how I proceeded in my research. So this was a brief introduction that I have given in this program, and what was the methodology I adopted, and was the division of the design element that has been depicted on the wall, because the designs are innumerable, and on the other hand, this I call this wall a complete design dictionary of Mughal era that has depicted supernatural forms. It has the flowers and the designs and the figuratives and the animals and the birds and such beautiful arabesque and geometric designs. And believe me, during all my research, one conclusion I came across, and that was that there was not even a single design repeated on the wall. All the design differ from each other, maybe sometimes in a very slight manner, but they were never repeated on this 8,000 square yard surface of this wall. So much of the detail of the designs, and my basic interest was the symbolic interpretation of all those motifs and iconography that was depicted on the wall, that I'll be sharing in my next programs. Looking forward to share this my findings with my audience in future.